In an effort to fix this noise, I removed the engine, took it apart, and think I found the problem. Today, I finished reassembly and see if I actually did. Last time I was worried about this piece that came out of one of the intake sprockets. After looking at some images online, I was able to just put it back in. Seems okay. So I continued with the reassembly. These little things, the reason for this endeavor, I am putting them in before I do the final clean. I'm gonna try something different with this one. There we go. Good enough. The filters did have some debris in them, but I think the RTV that was living in the sprocket was the bigger issue. I go over this process in more detail in another video. Today is just about getting it back together to see if I fixed the issue. Finally, time to put the timing components back on. Got everything cleaned up. Now the most fun part. All right, hard part done. Do a little holes in the center and we can try and put it on. Still working on getting better at that. Ha! Man, this was the first time I got it on that smooth. Put these on just to hold it. Damn it. Keep dropping that daggone bolt. Alright, it looks like the RTV is squeezed out a bit. I'll be back in an hour. And I'm going to torque the timing cover in this sequence here. Now I have to populate the variable valve, timing solenoids, and the cam position sensors. Crankshaft pulley. All right, those two white marks are now aligned. And with the rest of the pulleys on, my next job is to get all these parts from the floor to the engine. And I think one of the last things I took off was the harness. I think that's how it goes. There we go. Well, that pile is now gone, but I still have to put on the clutch, but I'll do that right before I put it in the car because I have to take it off the stand for that. If this is the end of the video, I'll catch you next time where I put it in and hopefully drive it, but if it's not, fade to black. That's more even. I can deal with that. Bit by bit, trying to line up those studs with the bottom of the transmission housing. And I did jack up the transmission just a little bit. Almost there. Wow, might be the best I've done it. Well, it is, because it's only my second time. I think it's in there. So my camera overheated and had to go do some family stuff. But I'm back, and as you can see, I almost got it, made it up. I had to bias the hoist this way, because if I push this way, the chain would have the engine swing that way. So I got a block up against the sill there to push it in, and I got one bolt ran in until it touched the transmission. I'm gonna go under the car and see if I can get one of the nuts on the studs. I finally got it seated, and I worked like heck to try and get it fully seated into the transmission before using bolts to help. I didn't use bolts to pull it, but I did use bolts to hold it. But it's in now, so I can finally go to bed. And there are no secrets. If you know secrets on mating this engine and transmission, share them in the comments. This is by far the hardest part for me. It's the next day and time to button everything up. And last time I didn't use these nuts on the motor mounts, and I'm pretty sure that's what they're for, with the big flange on them. Starter. Dadgummit. As I was putting everything back together, I was thinking to myself, what if, after all this, the noise is still there? I almost wanted to put off starting it just to celebrate having everything back in the car. Almost forgot this. Getting closer to the moment of truth. Did I finally fix that sound? I'm using distilled water just in case I have any leaks or I have to do additional troubleshooting. I haven't wasted any coolant. And it's kind of another flush. Case in point, I forgot to connect the heater core hoses. All right, they're connected now. All right, let's keep it going. And yes, these terminals need some work. And this battery is probably on its last legs. I removed the fuel pump fuse so that I could turn the engine over a few times without starting so that I could prime the oil. And this jump starter, I will link in the description. It's been a lifesaver. All right, fuel pump fuse back in. Now we just gotta let it warm up. And this was the most nerve-wracking part because it always sounded good before it was warm. But after it warmed up, it sounded like this. And a few minutes later, it sounded like this. And as a reminder, this is what it used to sound like. I think I finally fixed it. But now, it's time to drive it. And if you'd like to see all the other work I've done to this car, check out the playlist. And if you would like to see the work I do in the future, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take care.